After years of sleepless nights, late-night study sessions, and surviving the harsh realities of campus life, William had finally graduated. But the moment that was supposed to mark the beginning of his dreams only ushered in a new era of disappointment. He searched tirelessly for a job. Each application returned with either silence or rejection. Hope began to fade, until one day, out of sheer desperation, he applied for a position he never thought he would take: a watchman. The agency didn't waste time. They assigned him to Mr. Desmond's home. As he arrived, the heavy gates opened. Kioma, the housekeeper, ushered him in without a smile, leading him into a house that would soon become more than just a workplace. It would be a battlefield. While Kioma stepped away to call Mr. Desmond, William took a seat. That simple act ignited tension. Nora, Mr. Desmond's daughter, stormed into the room and demanded to know who told him he could sit. He rose, startled, introducing himself as the new watchman. But Nora's eyes were already filled with disdain. Mr. Desmond soon appeared and explained that he had to travel for weeks and that William had been hired to help around and provide security. Before leaving, he wished Nora a good day and disappeared, leaving William to face what was ahead. Later, William tried calling his girlfriend, explaining his situation. He told her he had no money yet, but he'd send some by the end of the month. But she didn't want excuses. She ended the call. Just when he thought the day couldn't get worse, Kioma found him dozing off. She was furious. "You're a gate man, not a boss," she scolded. "Stop using big English and do your job." Before he could recover, she informed him that Nora was calling. Nora didn't waste time. She laid out her rules, strict and demeaning. He wasn't allowed in the main house unless invited, and couldn't step out without permission. Then she ordered him to go clean the car. William tried to explain that cleaning wasn't part of his duty, but she cut him off coldly. In her eyes, he was beneath her. Feeling humiliated, William called his friend and poured out his frustrations. He explained that after all his education, this was where life had placed him, serving people who treated him like trash. But he had to stay because of the money. That same day, Nora couldn't find Kioma, so she summoned William. He walked in, and she pointed at the table. "Why is this table dirty?" she asked. William looked at it, spotless. He was confused, but she snapped, "You're used to dirty places. That's why you can't see it." Then, without a second thought, she told him to wash it. He refused. He wasn't a cleaner, he was a gatekeeper. But Nora wouldn't let him have the last word. She accused him of being lazy, expecting Kioma to cook and clean while he just waited to eat. William held his tongue, knowing silence was safer. Later, Kioma brought Nora her meal and went to serve William. But Nora stopped her. "He has legs, let him come and collect his food." Reluctantly, Kioma obeyed. William walked in and picked up his food. As he passed by Nora, she mocked him again. "I thought your work was at the gate. Now food is ready and you're here." He didn't respond. He was used to the insults by now. Then came another clash. Kioma was heading to the market and asked William to open the main gate. He told her to use the smaller one, but she refused. Exhausted from arguing, he opened the gate without a word. Later that evening, something unexpected happened. William approached Nora in the living room. Calmly, respectfully, he apologized. "If I've ever done anything to make you hate me, I'm sorry," he said. "I just want us to start over. I'm a graduate, and I respect you, just like I respect your father." But her response was as cold as ever. "I still hate you," she told him, "and nothing you do can change that." As he turned away, she muttered under her breath, "Broke." But William heard her. He turned back. With quiet strength, he said, "There's a difference between being broke and losing hope." That line hit Nora harder than she expected. The words echoed in her mind all night. There's a difference between being broke and losing hope. The next morning brought a surprising shift. Nora told Kioma to take the day off. She would cook for herself. Then she asked her to call William. When William entered the room, Nora invited him to sit. He hesitated. It was the first time she had spoken to him with kindness. With unexpected vulnerability, she apologized. She admitted that the way he spoke to her the night before, no one had ever done that before. She asked him if it was true he had graduated. William nodded. "I studied computer science," he said. "I've been sending my CV everywhere." She paused, then smiled faintly. "You'll get something," she told him. Let's start over. As friends. Days had passed. The house was quiet. Nora picked up her phone and called her father. She was bored and restless. Kioma had the day off and there was no one around to talk to. Her father listened calmly, then suggested something unexpected. He said he would speak to William and have him move into the guest house to keep her company. But Nora didn't wait. She took matters into her own hands. She called William and told him to pack up and move from the workers' quarters into the guest room. William hesitated. He asked if Mr. Desmond was aware. Nora admitted he wasn't. William stood his ground. He wouldn't make that move unless her father approved. So Nora called her dad, explained the situation, and handed William the phone. After speaking with Mr. Desmond and receiving his blessing, William agreed to move into the guest room. Not long after settling in, Nora approached William in the kitchen. She asked if he could help her cook something. He smiled and agreed. In that kitchen, something began to shift. They laughed, chopped ingredients side by side, and William even shared the secret behind his signature dish. When the food was ready, he picked up his plate and headed outside, as he always did. But this time Nora stopped him. She asked him to stay. Together they shared the meal at the table, laughing and talking like old friends. Walls crumbled. A new bond was forming, stronger, warmer. They even discovered they shared the same birthday. Later, Nora's laptop froze. She called William, hoping he could fix it. He did. But as he was about to leave, she reached out, gently holding his hands. She looked into his eyes and said thank you. William walked back to his room, confused and restless. Alone, he questioned his feelings. Was he falling in love with her? He knew it was dangerous. If Mr. Desmond ever found out, he could lose everything. But soon after, Nora called him again. Her laptop had frozen once more. William tried to fix it, but this time nothing worked. As he fiddled with the machine, he kept ignoring a phone call. When Nora asked about it, he brushed it off, saying he'd check later. It was his ex-girlfriend. When he finally answered, she was asking for money again. William was firm. They had broken up. He had nothing to offer her anymore. That night, a knock at his door startled him. It was Nora. She whispered that she couldn't sleep and asked if she could come in. They sat, talked, told stories, and laughed into the night. Slowly, quietly, they were falling for each other. The next morning, Nora noticed a heaviness in William's eyes. She asked what was wrong. He opened up. He had gone for yet another job interview, but didn't get it. He told her that despite his degree, he lacked the additional credentials needed to compete. He wanted to enroll in online courses to build himself up. Nora listened intently, then told him she would speak to her father. Maybe he could help. That night, she called Mr. Desmond and asked if he had any openings, or if a friend might help William out. Her father agreed to look into it. The following morning, Nora woke up smiling. She found William and told him her father was trying to help. William was grateful. He then surprised her. He had already made breakfast. Their friendship was blossoming into something deeper. As they sat together, William looked into her eyes and told her how beautiful she was. Her eyes, her lips, her smile. He couldn't help himself. Nora blushed and their chemistry grew stronger. But they weren't alone. As they shared an intimate moment, Kioma suddenly walked in. And there they were, kissing. Shock swept the room. Neither of them knew what to say. Days later, Mr. Desmond returned home. Nora was the first to greet him, full of joy. William followed behind, carrying his bags. In a moment of misstep, the bags fell. As he picked them up, Nora reacted instinctively. "Sorry, babe." The word hung in the air. Mr. Desmond paused. Nora tried to steer the conversation away, but he wasn't fooled. He looked at her and calmly said that he was once young too, and understood. Later in private, he spoke to his daughter. He told her that he could see she had fallen for William. He wasn't angry. He just wanted to be sure. "Is he the right man for you?" he asked. Nora spoke from the heart. She told him William was hardworking, respectful, focused. He had vision, and more importantly, he loved her. Mr. Desmond smiled. "If he makes you happy, then he has my blessing," he said, "and I'll see where I can place him in one of my companies." A few days later, Mr. Desmond visited William in his room. He opened up about his past, how he came from nothing, built himself from the ground up. And that's why he respected William. He saw the same fire in him. Then he said, "Happy birthday." Because today wasn't just William's birthday, it was Nora's too. And Mr. Desmond had a plan. He asked William to help him surprise his daughter. A small gesture, perhaps, but one that sealed something far greater. Nora was given a car as a birthday gift. Mr. Desmond then told William to bring his CV to his office the following day.